Next question here is from Nicholas, and this kind of springboards on what you were just talking about. He said, "Hey RB, I was very excited to become a Nicholl semifinalist this year, and I got some inquiries thanks to that. If nothing comes from these handful of read requests, how do I keep the momentum going?"
Well, first of all, congratulations. You know, we get a lot of people who come to me. I don't want to turn this into a negative by any stretch of imagination. I try to be real and blunt about everything, okay? It's very hard to get traction, and it's very hard to get a movie made. And people that are the gatekeepers in this business, the reason that they're the gatekeepers is because their reputation is on the line all the time, okay? They have to move forward with projects that they feel are viable in the marketplace and are going to make their bosses money, or if they're the boss, going to make them money, or if they're the bank, that's going to get them a return, or if they have a bank to answer to, that they're not going to lose that financing. There's a lot of risk everywhere. So sometimes I'll hear from people that'll say to me, like, you know, I finished top 15% in the Nicholl, and nobody's coming to me. I'm not getting any traction. And I just want to put this in perspective for people. And this is not to discourage anybody. I hope this makes you want to work harder, okay? Top 15% in the Nicholl is probably within the top, and I'm just going to even spitball here with a wide range, 350 to 700 scripts, okay? It's a lot of scripts. Even if you're a finalist, well, not finalist in the Nicholl, but sometimes a finalist means that you're in the top, let's say 50. That's still 49 other scripts that are in there, all right? If you finish top 5 in the Nicholl, there's still 4 other scripts that are there. They might be more marketable. They might be more appealing. They might have a broader appeal. Maybe your script made the finals of the Nicholl, but it's, you know, again, it's a sports movie, and there's only so many places they could take a sports movie. There are challenges everywhere. So that this plays into your question. You're getting some inquiries because of it. That's fantastic. You can use that to your benefit when you meet with other people to say, look, this happened and this happened, and now because of that, I'm getting some reads and everything like that. That's fantastic as well. Don't get discouraged if you don't get the response you want. There is a home for every great script, okay? A good script opens doors, okay? A good script gets you in the room. A great meeting keeps you in the room, and a great script gets the person in the room to write you a check somewhere down the line. But it's got to be a great script, and it's got to be the right fit. So my advice to you is absolutely keep pushing that script out there. And when you do have a result, like, you know, a high placing in a meaningful, and I mean that, contest, okay, certainly use it to your benefit, but also keep writing the next thing. Okay. When I got my option at Covert, and it was, you know, it was a nice contract, it was a nice paid option, I was like, holy crap. And they have financing, and we had all these right people behind us. And I turned to my manager and I said, now what? Because I felt like this thing was going to be fast tracked. And the first thing he said to me, he goes, I want you to forget that this script even exists. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? We got the financing. We're going out to CAA tomorrow. Here we are 2.5 years later, and we're pushing the rock up the hill piece by piece, okay? He was right. You don't want to be dwelling on that. You want to use that. And certainly I have used the fact, because everybody knows Covert Media around town, and everybody knows the principles of Covert Media, so I've certainly used that to open other doors. Absolutely, okay? But you got to keep writing. You know what I mean? You got to keep going. Don't just rest on that one thing. And please keep that perspective in mind. Top 15%, even at a prestigious contest, within a prestigious contest, is phenomenal. It's great. Feel good about it, okay? Aim to be top 5% with the same script next year, because you're going to make a couple of changes and figure out why, you know, maybe, and keeping in mind it's subjective as well, okay? I know people that have been finalists at the Page and been nowhere in the Nicholl, and vice versa, and you name it. I know people that have been finalists at our places that didn't get a bite at the Nicholl, and vice versa. It happens. It's subjective, okay? So keep all those things in perspective. Don't let it discourage you. Let it motivate you. How do I push it forward? What have I learned from every no? I always say this. What have I learned from every no, and how am I going to utilize it to move forward? Most people will not give you a piece of, will not tell you why they're passing. Some will if you phrase the question the right way. If you say, I understand it's a pass, totally get that, Totally appreciate your time. I appreciate the read. I hope I have the opportunity to submit other material to you in the future. Would you be willing to give me like one piece of advice about the script, or one thing that maybe you think could be improved upon? And you'll be surprised. You'll get, some people will say, yeah, I didn't love the second act. I thought it meandered. Great. What'd you learn? You learned that didn't connect. Maybe I have to look at that again. Don't drive yourself nuts unless you hear it a few times, but take every piece of information's power, it really is. Take it all in, parse it, and use it. But don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. If you're getting that kind of response, aim for a better one and a better one and a better one, and use that as a measuring stick. And by the way, it's true of every discipline. It's true of being an actor. It's true of being a filmmaker. If your film doesn't make makes a certain festival, but then doesn't get traction afterwards, you're an actor. You've had a couple of really decent roles, but now the phone's not ringing. You're not getting the. Take that information in, keep listening, keep digesting, and keep using and keep pushing.